What's up, resellers? I'm Rebecca and you're watching Rebecca the Reseller. Thanks for joining me today for my very last ThredUp video on YouTube. And today we're answering the question, can you still make money with ThredUp given everything that's gone on over the last few months from 2020 into 2021. Thanks for joining me. Hi, I'm Rebecca. If you're new here, I'm a semi-full-time reseller on Poshmark and ThredUp, and I dabble in a few other things. And this video is going to be my last video on YouTube about ThredUp. Now, I want to give you a little bit of backstory so that you understand why, and then I can tell you a little bit more about what's going on moving forward. If I think I can still make money with ThredUp, and if you can too. I'll try to keep this brief, the backstory for those that maybe don't know. So I was primarily a Poshmark, eBay, Mercari seller. I had a storage unit. I had a virtual assistant that helped me. And when the pandemic started to hit, everything kind of had to come to a screeching halt like many resellers, and I had to regroup and figure out what was going to go on with my business. At that point, my son came home from part-time preschool. I was now going to be teaching him VPK or voluntary pre-kindergarten. We stayed home. I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to thrift again. Like, all kinds of chaos was going on, like I'm sure for many of you. And so what I decided to do to keep my business afloat, given my new life changes, was to send all of my thrifted items to ThredUp. Keep Poshmark for my Poshmark boutique only. Operate out of my home, get rid of the storage unit, get rid of my virtual assistant, do everything myself, and with the help of ThredUp, keep things moving forward. And I think a lot of us did that. That was right around the time that Chriselle Barnard came out with her course about how to sell and be successful on ThredUp. I took that course. It was amazing. I shared with all of you on my channel here and on Instagram all about her courses and all about the ThredUp course and how I was making money on ThredUp. And so ThredUp really carried me through the pandemic because it allowed my business to continue to make money even though I couldn't physically do the work and didn't have the space to keep all these things. So I'm grateful for Chriselle and I'm grateful for her course about how to sell on ThredUp. I'm grateful for ThredUp, and then I'm also grateful, while we're talking about it, for Chriselle's course on how to make a course, because since then I've made courses and it's been wonderful. So, you know, Chriselle and the business relationship I have with her came as a blessing to me because she turned me on to ThredUp, and since starting ThredUp less than a year ago, I've made over $13,000 selling in ThredUp. Also, I was an affiliate for her courses, and so I was able to make money through recommending her courses to others. And then her course, How to Make a Course, showed me how to make courses, and I made my Poshmark boutique course. And I have some other things, of course, in the works. So for me, I shared a lot of ThredUp content on my channel during the pandemic because I was doing more ThredUp almost than I was doing Poshmark. I was doing a lot of ThredUp, and I was sharing my what sold, and I was sharing tips and tricks and reclaims and all of these kinds of things. And that content did well because many of us had hopped on the ThredUp train. But overall, my channel was going downhill. And it's not like it was a huge channel to begin with. I'm still yet to reach about 5,000 subscribers, though it's coming very soon, which I'm super excited about. And thank you to all that have subscribed and supported me. If you're not subscribed, please do so I can get to 5,000 subscribers real soon. But anyway, the channel's analytics took a deep dive in my views, in my watch time, in just kind of what was going on, and then of course in my revenue. And there could be a lot of reasons for that because during the pandemic, more moms that potentially are resellers that potentially watch my channel were now also doing their homeschool and maybe weren't watching as much YouTube or whatever. There could be a lot of other reasons for it. But I kind of stepped back and thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if it's because I went from being primarily a Poshmark content person to being a primarily ThredUp content person, and YouTube didn't know what to do with me. And so I knew that ThredUp was not necessarily going to be the main purpose of my channel. I'm not a ThredUp channel. I like putting up ThredUp content, but that's not where the bulk of my passion lies in sharing reseller content. A lot of it is the selling strategies and operations, and many of those things lend themselves well to Poshmark. And so I would primarily like to be a Poshmark reseller channel focus. And so I wanted to make sure that YouTube knew that. So I stopped making ThredUp content and videos on my channel Don't know if you noticed. And I think it was around December. And so since then, my channel has been doing a lot better. And so my views are up, my revenue is up, subscribers are up. And so I think it's because I've returned back to Poshmark and Poshmark content, I should say. And the reason I've been able to do Poshmark content is because I have started diving back into Poshmark. And the reason I've been able to do that is because Gio has now been going back to in-person school. So because Gio went to in-person school, I can now do Poshmark and kind of get all my thrifted items back on track again. Pretty soon I'll be on eBay and Mercari again. I'm getting my storage unit back. So things are starting to track back where they were. However, now I have this other entity, this ThredUP business thing, income stream, whatever you want to call it, that I'm not ready to give up yet because I've spent a lot of time getting to know ThredUP and I feel like there is money to still be made in ThredUP. And so here's what I've done. In order to answer the question, can you still make money on ThredUP? Let me just tell you, last month, January of 2021, I still made $945 on ThredUP. And that's with a lot smaller of an inventory than I had previously because I did let a lot of reclaims fall off as their changes were playing out and I was getting to know their new system and all of the things that I could do and couldn't do and the penalties and the fees and things like that. Because if you don't know, in November of 2020, ThredUP made significant changes to how their platform would be utilized, especially by resellers. And I'm not going to get into all of that here. That's not the place for all of this. There's lots of videos on those changes. But what I can say is that I spend about 5 hours a week, maybe, on ThredUP, and I was last month able to make just shy of $1,000. So for me, that's not something to sneeze at. That's not something to throw away. I'm not ready to say goodbye and break up with ThredUP. So for me, the answer is yes, I can still make money on ThredUP given the new landscape and given the changes. And I still want to be able to show you how you can potentially still make money on ThredUP. And so that leads me to the announcement of the video. So besides the fact that I made almost $1,000 last month, besides the fact that I've made $13,000 on ThredUP less than a year, basically as close to passive income as you can get in the reselling space, my announcement is that I've created a ThredUP Club. Now, if you are on my email list, you would have heard about this first on Sunday because I release all my new announcements on my email list first. If you're not subscribed to my email list, there's a link down below. You can get a free download for a Poshmark strategies checklist when you sign up. That's the link to sign up for my email list. And that's where I release lots of really good content, but also all the new things going on with me first. Then I released it on Instagram on Monday of this week to let my Instagram community know. And now I'm releasing it here. And I've found over time that each of these audiences, while there are some overlap, are actually quite different. And so here I can be more explanatory and kind of give you the backstory, whereas on Instagram, I can't really do all of that. So I'm happy that you're watching this video and I'm happy that you may be interested in making ThredUP work for you. So like I said, I created a club and the ThredUP Club, like kind of a course and kind of a club. So first of all, it's on Teachable and I'll show it to you in a second. It's on Teachable, which is where I have my Poshmark boutique course. And if you've taken the ThredUP course from Chriselle Barnard, you would know Teachable, you already have an account there. And so what I decided to do was take all of the ThredUP content that I was making and channel it into a place where a person that is interested in making ThredUP work for them can go, have access to it, have access to me, have access to others. And so it's more of an ongoing, like real-time content place rather than just like a random video here and there on YouTube, or rather than like a static passive course where I just put the information up and then it's over with. So it's kind of a hybrid between ongoing YouTube videos, a static course. So you would go into Teachable. Once you purchase the course, you would basically have access to the club. And the club is going to be me providing all of the ThredUP content that I possibly can in an ongoing real-time way. So there's already a library of content in there, but then every week I'm going to be adding more videos. So the kinds of things that you'll be able to find, and I wanted to pull this up, hold on. Okay, so here is the kind of landing page if you click on the link down below for you to find the course. So it's the Rebecca the Reseller ThredUP Club, making ThredUP work for you, real-time and ongoing content, and Q&A. And I'm going to be sharing with you, as it says here, what I send in, price changes, what sold, tips and strategies, classes, and a lot more. So I just want to show you the curriculum. That's why I brought it. You can read this over, anytime when you're interested, and it will show you everything that you would be getting out of the course. But I did want to just share with you the kinds of videos so that you understand. So basically, it's going to give you an intro and a start here. It's going to also start off with the questions and answers area. So every month we can go in and put questions and answers into the lesson for that month. So what I will play with doing as we get people joining and we, have this interaction is I can answer the questions, kind of immediately with the comments. So you can put any questions you have in there or share anything you want, and I can answer as a comment. But I thought as I got more of them, then I would turn it into a video and I would add the video in there as well. So that way people could kind of watch the questions and answers as well as see the back and forth in the comment. Now I have this set up for the next 6 months from March until August because I don't want to promise you the world and say that I'm going to be doing this for forever. Perhaps ThredUp will make more changes that will make it not a viable option for me going forward. Well, then I can't have a ThredUp Club. So I'm having ThredUp Club from now until August, and then come August, I'll reassess the situation and say whether or not it's going to continue to go forward. So the pricing that you're paying is minimal. It's less than $5 a month over the 6 months. The course is $47. It's a one-time fee. You pay it one time and that's it. Now, right now during the launch through March 6th, I am running a $20 off promo code. If you're watching this at a later time, check out the description down below and see if there's any other current promotion going on. So if you pay the $27 after the promotional code, it's literally less than $5 a month. And so this is going to get you all the different kinds of information that I'm going to share with you here. So these are already all the videos that I have in here. And then as I send more boxes, I'll be sharing those additional videos. So right now I have 11 what I'm sending in videos. So if you're curious what I'm sending in and the commentary that goes along with that, these are the videos for you. And I will share with you like what does well, what doesn't do well, why I'm sending it, why I'm not putting it on Poshmark, that kind of thing. So right now I have 11 videos of those. And as I send my next set of boxes in, I'll add more of them. The next section is weekly what sold videos. So when I stopped doing ThredUp videos on my channel, it was December. So I'm picking up where my channel left off. That way you see everything that sold. So you can go on my channel and see everything I did up till that point, and then the rest of it is here. So weekly what sold 1 all the way through 7, and then I owe a video in here right now. I'm going to do the 13th through the 19th and the 20th through the 26th. I'm going to be adding those this week, but I did want to get it launched for you. So 2 more videos of weekly what sold for me is going in, and I share with you every item that sold and what it's sold for and any commentary. The next unit is real-time price changing. Now, initially I did some where I had already changed the prices. Then I did a real-time price change, and I realized that that does take a long time, and I want to be mindful of your time. So I went back to once I changed the prices, then I go through them and share it with you. You can still see what ThredUp priced the item at and what I was able to change the item price to without any penalties or any fees given the changes, and what the payout is going to be. So all of these videos here, every time a box processes, I will be adding more of them here, but there's already 9 of them in there so far with the price changing video. So you get to see what ThredUp prices and what I can price it. Then I have all of these ThredUp tips and strategies. So these are not things that are covered in Chriselle's course, and I'm going to get to that in a second. These are tips and strategies that I've kind of been experimenting with over the last year and even since the changes. And these are all about how to get more done, get it done faster, pay less in fees, make more money overall, like just any kind of efficiency hack that you can think of. You know how my brain works. So right now there's 15 of them, and I have 1 more to add, which is going to be regarding their new shipping changes that they made as far as not being able to use your ThredUp points or rewards points for shipping on Reclaim. So I'll be sharing a tip about that. I've just got to get that video in there, but that's what I mean about videos going in all the time. As things happen, I'm going to make a video and put it into these units for you. So it's constantly being updated, real-time, ongoing content. Next is your downloads area. I have my ThredUp spreadsheet in there. So that's usually a paid download in my Etsy shop, and it's $14.99, and you're going to get that for free when you join the ThredUp Club. So if you don't already have it, it will be available for you now in your downloads area. And then in the downloads area, I have my Rebecca the Reseller resources guide as well as a bonus. So that's in there for you as well. And if I determine that there are any other downloads that I need to make available, those will go here. And then, you know, congratulations when you finish, but you're never finished because it keeps going. But I did put that in at the end, and how you can learn more with Rebecca the Reseller, because you can always take my other course, which is the Poshmark Boutique course. So the Poshmark Boutique course is a static course. You take it and then you're done. And I may make another version of it later or whatever, but so it's a static course. It's there for you to take at your own pace, and then it's done, and then you can go back to it anytime. But this, the ThredUP Club, is basically ongoing content. It's a place for me to put everything I have right now about ThredUp, everything I just showed you, the what's sold, what I'm sending in, price changes, all of that. But then as I keep doing, I'm going to keep sharing those videos, and you're going to get more and more content here. So when you join, you pay $1, and then you get access to the club for as long as the club exists. Right now, I'm guaranteeing that the club will be around through August of 2021, and as long as I'm still making money on ThredUp at that point, I will keep it going, and you don't have to pay any more money. I feel a little salesy right now, I'm not gonna lie, and you guys know I have a background in sales, so it's not weird to me to, you know, share with you product or offering, but I do recognize that not everyone here that watches my channel or that's part of my community wants to be sold to. So if you don't want to deal with this, if you don't want to be part of the ThredUp Club, like, I totally get it, and there's no obligation, of course. But if you are kind of left at a place where you really did like having ThredUp as an income stream for you, and then you just kind of gave up on it when all of the changes happened, or maybe you are doing it still, but you're not really sure and you're kind of hesitant, you don't know what to send in, you don't know if it's going to work out, let me share with you everything that I have learned over the last few months and will continue to learn over the next few months as well. Let me share with you the brands I'm sending in, how much ThredUp is pricing them at, how much I'm getting paid out on them, am I dropping prices, what my strategies are. Like, everything that I would have shared on my channel is now going to be in this ThredUp Club. And I'm sorry that it can't still be on my channel, but I have to be mindful of my channel overall and the health of it. And the health of it, I think, is going to be moving forward on a Poshmark reseller track, and it can't move forward on a ThredUp track, unfortunately. So this is where I'm going to be putting my ThredUp content. I really hope you will join me. I've already started to get some students in there, and I'm calling them students because that's what you call them, Teachable, but really just club members, fellow resellers that are interested in making ThredUp work for them. And like I said, I've been doing well with it. It's definitely different, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, you may go through this and find that for the inventory that you have and the way that you're able to source, it may not work for you the way it used to, but it might work in a different way. And that's what we're all there to kind of share our experiences, how it's going, what we're having success with. And I want you guys to share as well, but you don't have to. You could totally just take all my information and that's it, and never share a thing. Like, that's totally fine. But if you feel like you want to be part of a more club-like atmosphere where we're all kind of engaging, that's where it's going to go on in those monthly comments areas. So I do want to address one other thing, and then I think I've kind of covered it all. I want to just address the elephant in the room, which is that there is a ThredUp course out there. Chriselle Barnard made an amazing ThredUp course, and I'm still in a business relationship with her. I still send people to her course. I'm still an affiliate for her course. This is not a competitor to her. And I did go to her and discuss this with her and not get her approval, but to give her a common courtesy heads up that this was something I was working on and to make sure that it would not create an issue for us. And she was more than gracious and more than understanding, and was actually very happy that I worked on something on my own, and, you know, that she was totally fine with it. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I found her in this reseller community because, as I said earlier, her course, I feel like, about ThredUp really cracked wide open an entire thing in the reselling community about getting information from courses. And since then, I've taken all her courses. I've been an affiliate for her courses. I have a great business relationship with her. I've been able to make money on ThredUp because of her course, and as an affiliate, sending people her way, and then in creating courses myself, like the ThredUp Club and like my Poshmark Boutique course. And so that's a whole other area now that I have in my business that I didn't have before, that I really truly owe to her. And so I just wanted to put it out there that this is not meant to be be a competitor to her course. This is not meant to say that her course is not valuable, because it is extremely valuable. And at the beginning of the course, I do recommend that if you are completely starting from scratch with ThredUp, my ThredUp Club isn't necessarily going to give you those basics. This is for someone that already has an understanding of ThredUp, has either taken the course or has learned from other means on their own, and is familiar with ThredUp and just wants to figure out, based on real-time, ongoing information, how to make it work for them. So I don't want to say it's like a 2.0 or anything, because it's different from her course. It's a club and it's an interactive area where I can keep adding my ThredUp journey so that you can keep learning from it. And so I think that's the difference. And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, that there is no drama, issue, bad blood, or anything like that. This is all completely good to go. And I value Chriselle, her business, and the business relationship that I have with her. And this is another tool in the reselling community related to ThredUp now. And so I hope that you will also see it as a tool and potentially want to utilize this tool to help you figure out if ThredUp is something that can still work for you. Because like I said before, I made about almost $1,000 last month, with about 5 hours a week worth of work. And so that's really attractive to me. And so going forward, you can't send in the same things you sent in before. You can't maybe pay the prices that you used to pay to get those things. You can't maybe source for ThredUp the way that you used to, but there is still money to be made. ThredUp can still be a tool for you. I'm still using it as a tool. And I hope that, you've been with me on a journey with this channel, with Instagram, through my Poshmark boutique course, through this pandemic, through all of the different things that I've done on this channel in the last 2 years, if you've been watching that long. If you haven't, that's okay too. But I think you guys know that I don't really put something out there unless I feel like it's valuable. And I really do feel like I've been putting a lot of value into this ThredUp Club so that we all still have this as an option. Like, I feel I'm not ready to let it go. I feel really passionately that ThredUp can still be a part of your business model. And so by doing the ThredUp Club, you can kind of tap into everything that I'm experimenting with, working on, and learning, feed off of that, and then find your own way for ThredUp to work for you. Because what you find and what I find are probably different. We may not do ThredUp the same way, but you can still learn from everything that I'm putting out there. And the amount of content that I'm putting into the club is way more than I ever put into my channel, because I'm doing every step of the way. I'm doing what I'm sending in, I'm doing weekly what sold, I'm doing price changing as they happen, commentary with all of it as it evolves, and then all of the tips and hacks as I really try to figure out how to fine tune ThredUp to be the most passive it possibly can be, so that I can put in as little work in it as possible and still get maximum results in revenue. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will leave your questions and comments down below, because if you have them, I would love to answer them in the comments. And if there's a lot of them or similar ones, then maybe I'll do a Q&A video, or maybe it'll be one of my lives. I usually go live on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, and maybe one of my lives will be about ThredUp Club and the questions that you might have about it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting me, whether it's just watching a video, that's so important too, liking a video, subscribing, commenting down below, or purchasing one of my products, whether it's on Etsy or one of my courses on Teachable. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and I hope that you know that I do try to put a lot of value into what I create for you, and I want it to be as valuable for you as it is for me as well, as far as the information goes. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you in the ThredUp Club. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video on YouTube, but it's not going to be about ThredUp. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. And don't forget to watch whatever's coming up next. Bye.